excited that you reached that milestone. Our next speaker, Chris Alderson. This is, as I mentioned, Project 10. Her speech title is Opportunity and Motivation. And this is going to be quite a speech. When I read the description, Chris has asked us to picture a room where there are about 100 people that have truly been through some major management changes and questioned about their quality of work, accused of things that were in the materials that were not true. They feel the value of their job is gone, and half of the partners have been in this position for over 10 years. She wants you to be in this room and feel what they may feel as individuals, because this is a speech that she is presenting in less than a month at her employee offsite meeting that will be a longer speech, but today will be a summarized version. I don't envy you that speech and that task, and I think we're all very interested to hear your 10th speech. Please join me in welcoming our second speaker, Chris Alderson.
Today I want to share a video with you of an amazing individual that just had so many hurdles in their life and learned to make opportunities of those hurdles. And when you're looking at the video, I did summarize it a little bit because of the time. When you're looking at the video, I want you to think of three things. First thing I want you to think of is the hurdles that this person overcame. Secondly, I want you to think of how encouraged you can be as an individual. And third, I want you to think of what you can do at this point to move forward. So here's the video.
Parker was born in May 1983 in the coastal town of Beaufort, South Carolina. Right away, his parents knew something was wrong.
He said that there was a little issue, a complication, that with the baby. I said, what? And naturally, I think he moved me a little to the side and said the baby did not have arms. And I just sort of dumbfounded, like, what do you mean?
Doctors told the Parkers the abnormality was the result of a non-genetic birth defect, creating bilateral amelia, a limb deficiency.
I'm thinking, how are we going to get through this? How we can eat, how we open doors, how we do just the normal day-to-day things. Once I saw Richie, there was no question after that.
He was the cutest baby. You know, he was the cutest little boy. After about 5 minutes, it was, when can I take my kid home? Just give me my kid.
We wanted his childhood to be as close to any other child's childhood as possible. That's always been our attitude. We are going to make it work. We might just do it differently, but it will work.
We put this on the door, and I can grab onto it like this, with my shoulder, and pull it out.
There were always things around the house that made it so that I didn't need to ask somebody else for help to do it. And that was always important to me. I had two parents that from day one tried to make it so that my life was, I guess you could say, as normal as possible, whatever normal is.
This came off a larger bike, somewhat like a beach cruiser.
The other kids in the neighborhood had bikes. Well, Richie's gonna ride a bike. And we understood some of the dangers. We got long handlebars and bent it up and then bent it out, and we welded a bar across from one handlebar to the other. And after that, he rode the bike with the kids in the neighborhood. And he was just a kid riding his bike.
As a teenager,
Today you might be watching this video looking at the hurdles you have in your life. And see how this guy turned everything that was simplistic on a daily basis into a triumph and an opportunity. Now, I know that this is not your life, but you can take the principles that this family put together and you can put this and make it your concept in life. To see everything that you have as an opportunity. Any hurdle that you have in your life is an opportunity to go forward and move forward. And I want you to feel encouraged today. There's certain things that he had to learn. From opening up a refrigerator, can you imagine, to just a microwave or even carrying something. Those were just some of the hurdles that he had to learn that were just minute things for us to do on a daily basis. Now, again, concepts is what we can do to just practice in our own life. Now today, I want you to think about your position and your life in this job. What is the passion that you like about in your position and in your life in general? What makes you happy at the end of your workday? What do you tell your GPS as you sit at your desk and you start your day? What is going to be your direction and what is going to be your address? Now I want to share a brief background with you about my story. A while ago, I became a single mom. I'm lucky my kid's dad is a good father, but though through this struggle, I felt that I had to start over. I was very alone, and in my surroundings, I went to work, and I didn't tell a soul what was going on in my life for a long period of time. And I had to go home, and I had to love my kids despite the pain that I felt inside. Those are just some of the hurdles that I overcame. And for me, my tool was I used exercise as a tool for my therapy to get over and just, be who I could be. And I used that as a tool when I had stressful days and went out for a run or did something in my life to make it positive. So I knew that I had a goal set in mind. And that's what we do here. And hurdles that we may have in our job and the things that we see on a daily basis. Guess what? You are an individual and you choose to see those hurdles as hurdles or opportunities. And today, we want to look at this as an opportunity. And when we're at this offsite, when we're sitting here, we want to see each of us shine as individuals. Now I'm going to play the rest of the video. And what I want you to think of all the things that he overcame and how we can as a team overcome.
Nearly every task requires ingenuity.
I can't say there's anything that I can't do. I don't know that there's a whole lot in life, period, that I can say that I can't do. It's things that I haven't done yet.
That attitude carried Richie to his current job at Hendrick.
I think I had about 20 resumes that I went through before I settled on Richie's. I knew he could do the things that I needed him to do. It was more a question of how.
We've got a few updates that we're making to this fixture to make some of the parts more durable and more adjustable than it is currently.
We sat down and he showed me how he works on the computer and how he does his design work. I write with my right hand, you write with your left hand. He happens to write with his feet.
Parker's initial internship with Hendrick was supposed to last 10 months. 8 years and 5 championships later, he's still here. How do you get through your day? Make it from one place to another, one task to the next. Don't ask Richie Parker. He's already moving on down the road.
I'm just never satisfied. It's what drives me. I don't know where it comes from. Sometimes it kind of drives me crazy, but it's how I live my life.
Richie Parker was a great example of turning obstacles into triumphs. What were the things that he had to look through? He wanted to ride a bike, so guess what? His family decided, I'm going to raise the bars, and he's going to ride a bike with his shoulders. I mean, really, he had a family and he had that foundation with him to triumph. Learn to drive. He created a mechanism with his feet, so it's a steering wheel to learn to drive. I mean, that is absolutely amazing. Eating, creating a little tool so he could put a spoon in his mouth. And a computer, learning to do a computer with his feet. I mean, really? I tell you, that was just some of the hurdles for him. You've got to know that. And today we have hurdles in our jobs and things that we feel that we maybe can't get through, but don't think of it that way. Stop worrying about the past. Stop looking at the future. Look at what you have right now. See what you have right now. To conclude this, I, of course, want you to take some action today. And I want you to think of 10 positive things and aspects in your job, in your life, and write them down. And then I want you to start from there. I don't want you to think about the past. The past is the past. Why worry about it? You just go crazy and you get unbalanced. So why even think about that? And you don't think about the future because really you have no control over the future. You think about right here, right now, and think about the positive and move forward. I'm going to end with a favorite quote of mine. It's very simple, but for me, with my life and what I've gone through personally, it kind of helped me take responsibility for who I was. And it says, life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. And let's create a team even more amazing than we already have, and learn to work around, just as Richie did, the hurdles, and see everything as opportunities. Thank you so much.